Carlos, welcome. Thank you for your participation.
Thank you.
Please introduce a little bit. Yeah.
Thank you very much for the time for this interview, Enrique. So, well, my name is Carlos Valero. I am technology director from NTT DATA. I have spent almost 12 years in the company. And regarding with NTT DATA is a technology IT consultant worldwide with different capabilities in terms of technology and outsourcing services across all the world. We are part of, NTT DATA Group, about 1,020 employees across the world. And my role is very focused in the region of NTT DATA EMEA. And regarding with cloud, we have, changed the developer position about cloud in a couple of years ago. And our extension is to get focused just in the technology, because we consider that we are a strong company in terms of technology capabilities regarding with cloud, but also we are facing the challenge that our customers are facing with cloud in terms to how to align technology models with business strategy, and how the business has the specific needs, and how cloud is to leverage and to adopt this kind of challenge that has the business. Okay, so we consider in these terms that cloud is not just only talking about technology, because it requires a company mindset for everybody and every areas in the company. And this is what we are doing right now in our value proposition, to align business needs and business challenge with technology capabilities, and also with our strengths in terms to deploy architecture and so other things in terms of cloud.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, this is pretty much aligned with what we are looking for in this interview. Well, I have not mentioned that this is interviews for Hub for Cloud, which is a coordinated and support action for the European Commission. And all the feedback that we get from the different stakeholders will be used just to generate the guidelines for the next roadmap in Europe. Being said that, the first thing we also are just been talking with other interviewees is about how to make money out of the cloud computing in Europe. I mean, some of the feedback that we got from others is, like, for example, Amazon. That could be an example. They were first in the retail market, and then later, when they have this spare capacity, they just share the capacity just to offer these cloud services. Or Microsoft, they already have the operating system, and then they have their own cloud service. So they have a business in parallel. It's not cloud only the main business in their portfolio. So it's something else, okay? Or maybe in Asia we have Alibaba, which is also retail, or Tencent, or others. While in Europe, we don't have a real stakeholder that has another business apart from cloud. So if Europe would like just to be this autonomous and make this happen, what do you think would be the business model that it would be something useful so that it will happen at the end?
Yeah, we consider for our experience in different customers, so across different sectors, that, for example, customers has been very involved and very concerned about everything regarding with optimizing cost in terms of cloud at the beginning of the cloud adoption. But we consider that this is the first step. So we differentiate three kind of paths in terms to how to transform the IT company, because we think that cloud enables this kind of actions. Traditional retail, I think, is more aligned with optimization path, but we consider that in terms to create and to increase in revenues in terms of a company, and how cloud can be an enabler for this purpose, we think that the companies should focus in two different aspects. One of them is how to evolve the organization into a digital IT in terms to a utilization path, in terms to do the same things with another way. And cloud, we consider that this is a great enabler in terms to improve customer experience, access to new markets. Cost model is different because you have more flexibility with a cloud vendor in terms to provide new cost model, and also with everything regarding with accelerate time to market. But the real value in cloud, we consider that it is very focused to get in the information path. And this is talking about to do something different based on offering new value offer, thanks to the ability to anticipate changes and how cloud is aligned and how cloud provide these capabilities in these terms. So this is very aligned to, you know, the ability to do new platforms and new digital ecosystems, for example, with other one, and the ability to get interoperability and integration with other third parties and other companies. So by this way, you are be able to create new business model involving different parts or even different companies. And the idea to integrate this ecosystem is easier in terms to doing in cloud native models than in on-premise. Usually, you know, acquisition and transformation projects regarding we join two companies were very tough at the past. Cloud brings a new capability and new, you know, way to do this kind of things, and also to interoperate with different parts. And this cause a new business model in this term. So this is our opinion. And also we think that this is a real trend in sectors, for example, public sector. Banking, for example, is very involved for example, in open banking platforms that allow this kind of business.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, but in fact, there were some comments regarding that. Well, we would just look when it came to Cloud Federation, which is also because there is not a one, how they call it, hyperscaler. In Europe, we have small cloud service providers offering different services, and while they are looking for this interoperability that, like you mentioned before. However, there is a feeling that though it's technically feasible, still the customers will get one services from one provider and another services from another. So this offer, which is the integrated offer, that is in fact is what Europe is looking for. It looks like it will take some time, isn't it? What is your opinion there?
Mm-hmm. So the idea in this term is to, you know, we see the trend like new developments and new digital capabilities and digital models are born in a cloud native way right now. So we think in most of our customers. So the thing is that they are not just focusing in one hyperscaler. So they're going to do the ability to create application and move application and maintain the application in different cloud vendors, because the main intention is to provide or to get the advantage, the innovation advantage in the best breed of every hyperscaler and cloud vendor. And so you can choose the advantage service and managed service that they have regarding, for example, with artificial intelligence and a specific solution that they are right now, you know, cross sector. So cloud, for example, was born to provide some capabilities in terms of infrastructure, first of all, but the hyperscalers are very concerned about to provide, you know, vertical solution and all how to solve use cases through managed services in the cloud. So this is you know, a real competitive advantage in terms to select the hyperscaler that you need in the specific moment in terms to find the best breed for this capability.
Yeah, right. Then just moving a little bit, just Cloud Federation. I don't know if you are aware of an initiative which is called Gaia X. It's like it was started by France and Germany.
Yeah.
And well, now there are different hubs. Okay. But in fact, they are trying to help Europe, although it's a private initiative. It is very closely related to European funds. Okay. Especially now that it's 20% of the funds is going just to be dedicated to digital transformation. So that you know what their aim is just to get different cloud service providers all together so that they can interoperate and they have one solution for the whole Europe. From the technical point of view, now we move from business to from technical point of view. What is your perception about that? Would it be possible? Would it be just something that at the end it will come out in nothing? What's your feeling about it?
Yeah. So in terms in cloud federation, our vision is that, in our opinion, cloud federation offers two kind of benefits. One of them is the to provide summer revenue for computer resources that, for example, in other circumstances could be underutilization. Okay. And the second one is that cloud federation enable cloud providers to expand, the geographic footprints across the different specific needs that you have in a specific business or something like that. So by this, in our approach, we consider that in order to get this achievement, you have to think of very well the concept of platform cloud in terms to how to be able to manage different services and how to be able to deploy and all the managed services to do in the different clouds. I mean, in our opinion, I think it's different multi-cloud to provide different workloads in one hyperscaler, another one, and for example on premise. But the real challenge is how to manage in the same way what you have provided in one hyperscaler and another one and the cloud, private cloud. So this is the real challenge, and we think that the real revenue and the real advantage for this cloud federation is to provide a standard management process to do things in different clouds and to get like an abstraction in terms to how I deploy the workloads. For example, it doesn't matter if I deploy in Azure, in GCP or AWS, but the procedure and the management and how the things are doing in the new developments is the same way from the on-premise on the cloud native. And we consider that this is a real advantage because of the facts that I told you before in terms to find the best breed for every hyperscaler and to just not the best breed, but also, for example, in terms of regulation also, and to provide these capabilities in regions that, for example, hyperscaler doesn't have an all region. This is, I think, an important thing. So you have to create a model in terms to do, okay, I have this model, I have to deploy in this region, and for example, this hyperscaler doesn't have this region, I have to choose another one. So we think this is a very important thing, and you have to keep in mind in terms to how to deploy and how to manage your workloads and your new developments in the hyperscalers, but not just to focus in one, but be able to do the same thing in the different hyperscalers. This is the main key.
Okay, let's move to the next topic, which is it is quite important. Usually, what they call this for the European values, and this is the data sovereignty or data privacy, or how we say controlling your data all the way through the cloud. Europe is, at least from the European Commission, is just focusing that if we are going to have a European cloud computing, it would be different from the other alternatives because we will keep data privacy as a must. So there will be policies, and there will have to be consent from the user, and he will be always just in control of what is being done by his data, and just he can just allow or deny access to the data in a specific moment. So what's your feeling about this data sovereignty? Do you think it's something that it's like the European Commission is just saying it has to be a must, it has to be, or on the other side is something that you think in competitions with the other hyperscalers, it will just make the customers think twice because probably it will have some drawbacks that we are not foreseeing today?
Yeah, we think that data sovereignty has a real and deep impact in cloud trends because it concerns about the trends, and this is basically aligned with the hybrid cloud and edge computing strategy, and how do you store the data in the specific way. So this is very regarding with in terms to keep data and to be subject to the regulatory rules for a specific business, and especially, for example, with the European Commission and so on, to provide and to be able to create in technology way an on-premise private cloud model, and also how to get the hybridization, the hybrid architectures to perform that, and to make it easier to do these kind of things, and to store data with the regulation and compliance. So this is one of the things to provide a hybrid cloud adoption by allowing businesses to use public cloud services while keeping data that's subject to regulatory systems, for example, in an on-premise. This is one of the things. So the other one is regarding with edge computing that provide, for example, control of where the data resides and the public cloud offers. So this is a very important thing to think about it, and we consider that this kind of technologies could be accomplished with the regulation and with the compliance. So we think obviously in public sector, but also in banking sector, this is a strong thing to keep in mind in regarding with the European Bank Authority in terms to achieve the regulations and the compliance regarding with everything regarding with data. I think, for example, in banking sector, there is a high trend in terms to move the the big informational data in cloud models, but they're keeping the hybrid model, the how to provide the specific data, for example, in public cloud in terms to support the advanced capabilities in terms of intelligent artificial or something like that, but just to keep the important and relevant data aligned with the regulation in on-premise world.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we have seen that the banking sector is moving very fast, and they have their own data governance, probably at their head of the rest of Europe. And also Europe is always just pretty much concerned about GDPR for the rights of the customers. Just moving fast because we don't have much time. I would like just to move a little bit before we move to the last one about the skills. And here is there is a feeling that there is not. I'm not saying that we don't have the right people, but we are feeling that probably during the training courses that are available at the universities, the people that are coming on, they do not have the right skills, or at least some of the skills that are needed for this new trend with cloud computing. I mean, as a company, when you like just to hire people just to work for you in this kind of specific projects, or maybe just as your personal opinion, what do you think is missing? What do you think should be done so that the people are trained so that they fit more into the cloud computing industry?
Yeah, that's a good question, because we think, in our opinion, that already in Spain, and I think I consider that in Europe is the same scenario. We have a strong demand in terms of cloud. So, hiring people, I think by most of the integrators like NTT DATA and other ones, has a very difficult action, because the market is very, 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 very competitive in terms to how to recruit and how to hire this kind of a skill. So I think this is an action that obviously every company should be involved. But we consider from NTT DATA there are a lot of things, and how, first of all, I think it's very important to how to retain your actual talent. This is very important, and how to provide, significant and innovate projects in terms of cloud that people, develops his own technical career with us. I think this is one of the first points to keep in mind. People is not used to make career in a company for 1 year, but they are asking and they are seeking for technology projects and interesting projects. This is the most important thing that people, and obviously with cloud skill, they are looking for. The second one, I think, is that beyond to hire people in terms of cloud capabilities, I think that companies should be a strong reskilling process in terms to bring the cloud capabilities in different aspects, not only in just in software architecture and cloud architecture, but also in development, that every teams in this term should be and should have a strong reskilling process to bring these capabilities to the company. So in fact, we see that cloud, this is not regarding with technology, as I told you at the beginning of the interview, cloud brings a new way to deliver IT services to the company. So this requires that everything is moving around cloud in this term. So you have to reskill in terms to do the things in a different way. So remember the different paths, the innovation and the competitive path that people has to do things in a different way. And we have to keep pushing in this term to get the reskilling processes. So NTT Data has a programs in terms to Cloud Academy to reskilling process in every area. So we apply to the technical people in terms of technology, but also in terms of infrastructure, how people from, that was operating data center, they are moving to have the reskillings to do the things in cloud. And also with the development, and for sure for people who are leading the business units, that they have to have a real, a mindset, a time mindset in terms of cloud, because the new opportunities are very involved in terms of this. Cloud is not the objective. Cloud is the, a leveler or a way to achieve your objectives easily. I think this is the main goal. So by this, recruiting obviously, but I consider that retain people and retain the people that you have, and also to reskill people to cloud, and this bring you new opportunities and new careers to the people that is involved in your company, at the best thing to do in terms to get this capability in terms of cloud skills.
Okay, and just a final question. And this is regarding the Green Deal. Well, I was about to say the green cloud computing, but it's probably more oriented to the Green Deal, which is Europe is also one of the main targets, how to reduce the CO2 footprint. I think that you have something very interesting in NTT Data that you would like to share. Can you explain us a little bit?
Yeah, NTT Data has recently joined to the Green Software Foundation as a steering member. So the main objective of this initiative is to provide a total solution for decarbonization and to promote the green of our society as a whole, focus on our priority areas and industries with the large carbon footprints, and aim to establish our market position. So this is very regarding to one of the things that we are moving in this steering committee, is to create an internal framework for promotion this kind of capabilities. And the first step that we are doing is how to join this message in our actual value proposition. So for example, one of the things is to join and to create the green creation value into the performance evaluation using KPIs. So this is one of the things that for example, in terms of cloud adoption projects should be used. And one of the other things is how to in our collaboration that we are doing with our customers is to establish a remote work in collaboration with the work styles. This is one important thing, and I think the pandemic has accelerated a lot this kind of thing, but we have to keep pushing in these kind of things. And other things in terms of cost model and to provide cloud business value framework is to provide an introduction and internal carbon pricing in terms to do the things that you are optimizing and evolving, for example, deploying architectural systems, bringing to the cloud native model. So these are the things that we are thinking about it, and we are doing some steps regarding with cloud in the things that I told you.
Yeah, appreciate. I mean, it's we have run out of time. It's been very interesting interview. I mean, before just thanking, I give just 1 minute open just to say something more that you would like to remark at this point.
Well, thank you very much for the time. So for us, it's very important to be present at this kind of forum and ecosystems, because our main intention is try to help our customers in the change of mindset in terms to adopt the cloud easily, This is not a simple way, but we consider that, is the most one of the most trends in terms to bring new service and create new business model to our customers. And we are very happy and glad to help them, and also happy to join in this kind of initiative. So thank you very much for your time, and let's keep in touch.
Sure. I mean, you're very welcome, but I would say that thanks to you, Carlos. I mean, it's been a great feedback. I think that we will pretty much appreciate. As you know, the interview probably you will be seen in the Hub Cloud website, but we will use your comments just to provide the guidelines to the European Commission. So I hope it will help, and we will just follow your advices in the near future. So thanks again, Carlos. It's been a pleasure. And I mean, take your time. Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure for me.